Ubuntu. That's just what I want to ask.
Yeah.
Like, I saw something like I saw RPM. If you want to install RPM files, and RPM will only install probably the package that you want to install, and you can use Yum if you want to install some other services related to it. So I just wanted to ask if we have other extensions too apart from RPM.
Yeah, we have DEB Deb.
DB Dev. So in a situation whereby you want to install DB and you want to use terminal, for RPM, we go RPM dash I with the package name. Do we do the same thing with Deb, like Deb dash I, the package
No,
name?
no, no. Deb is an extension, so it's a name. It's just like maybe you want to install WhatsApp now. You know it's going to be WhatsApp.exe. So
Yeah, yeah.
in Linux, it's going to be WhatsApp.deb or Chrome.deb. You get what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
can just use the or you can be a package, or you can be a zip file. You unzip it, right?
Yes.
And install it with what's it called? You can use apt to install it or any other command to install it. I've forgotten the command you use. But sometimes it's much easier when you install directly. But if it's a particular, you can't install Chrome directly. You need to download the DEB. Is it DEB? Yeah, you need to download the DEB, right?
Okay.
RPM is mostly CentOS. So DEB is mostly Ubuntu, I guess. Yes, kind of. Or two of them shall have the same thing.
Okay. Okay. That's just what I wanted to
But
cross check.
different packages has different way of installing it also.
Okay. So for that .deb now, we have to look for another way to install it apart from
Install it,
RPM.
it's not everything that you install with RPM.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Any other questions? That's far. What you were saying you did some one or two things over the weekend, over the last week. So that give us an insight of what that.
Okay, good evening, everyone. So, what I've been doing is I've been trying to get a better understanding of how the cloud works. So what I did is I started taking a class on cloud fundamentals, Azure fundamentals. So um, I think in the training I was able to um, through a demo account I was able to create a virtual machine. Then I created a virtual network, created a subnet. Then I linked the subnet to a resource group. Then
Said what?
I linked the subnet, the virtual network, I think the subnet to a resource group.
A resource group.
Yes,
What do you mean by resource or a virtual machine?
a
Resource
resource.
group is a container where you install or where you provision things. You can't link subnet to a resource
Okay,
group.
okay. What I meant was I created the virtual network. I think when I was creating it, there was no resource
Resource
group.
group. Okay, that's what you say. You created it in a particular resource group. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So like I now added the virtual network to a resource group.
Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes. So that was what I did. Then I learned about the storage, different storage types, the HDD, the premium SSD, and then I also learned about the security and I shared a lot. I shared learned a lot. Then I was able to also create I can't really remember what I did last right now, but the reason for this is I just want to get a better understanding of how it works before I can then dive into um, Linux and um, their commands. So I just want to know if I'm on the right path.
Okay. Fine. That's the main reason why I started from the fundamental, right? So
Yes.
you'll be able to understand what are the what we are doing. Okay. So like you remember the first thing I started with you guys was the virtual network, the resource group, what the subscription is, right?
Yes.
And the resource group, then the resources itself. So and how you organize your resources based on resource group or based on a particular region, right? It depends on anything you want. So I think you've been able to achieve that. Also, resources, resources, when I mean resources is what you're trying to deploy. Do you
Yes.
understand? So
Yes.
one thing is you should start with the line you want to, you should start with resources that align with what you want to learn first, right?
Okay.
Now, resources that align with what you want to learn first is very important and paramount, right? But one thing that is common in every of these things is the virtual network, which you already know about, right?
Yes.
You just have a basic understanding. A more in-depth understanding is calculation of the IPs in a particular virtual network. But I'm not talking about that today, right? But what I'm trying to say is you understand the networking part of the cloud, which is very important, most important resources in the cloud. And the subnet also, you understand. How to
Yes.
group your resources, you understand that. Then the
Yes.
resources. So you ask yourself, what line am I going into? Am I going into the infrastructure side? Am I going into a DevOps side? Right? So once you're able to do this, then you now start creating resources that are related to DevOps.
Okay.
You start creating resources that, or if it's an infrastructure person that you want to become, you don't want to become a DevOps engineer. Where is Mimi? She's sleeping. All right, so you start creating resources that are related to infrastructure, like virtual network, a lot of virtual network, a lot of virtual machine, Linux, VM, and Windows IIS. Work with application gateway, work with a lot of resources that has to do with networking, right? There are
Yes.
very, very many load balancer, a lot, right? So we have Azure Act to Azure front end. We have it a lot when you're coming to in terms of infrastructure side. But you see, when you're coming in terms of DevOps side, that means you need to know what an infrastructure person knows, and you need to know what a DevOps is supposed to know. So you need to be able to deploy into the cloud. You use the app service. You use the same virtual machine. You use the same IIS machine, which is the Windows server. Then you know how to connect your CI/CD pipeline, right? So,
Yes.
so you need, once you've been able to know more about the cloud, you need to ask yourself, what am I going into the cloud to do? Am I going into the cloud as a cloud administrator, or I'm going into the cloud as a DevOps engineer? I'm going into the cloud as a solution architect. I'm going into the cloud as a data engineer. Do you understand? So it depends. So what you want to go into exactly would depend the kind of resources you need to start off with.
Okay.
Do you get? But
Okay.
because the way this bootcamp started is we are going into DevOps. So DevOps, you need to know more of infrastructure and the dev itself, the deployment itself. You get? So that's why
Yes.
I'm starting with the infrastructure. Then we go to the pipeline, the automation, and the likes itself. Do you
Okay.
get?
Yes.
But if you say, oh, I don't want to become a DevOps engineer, I just want to become an Azure administrator, fine. You need to know more, a lot of resources, but you need to start somewhere, right? But
Okay.
when you know more, when you say dev, oh, there are resources that you need to know, standard, Linux, Windows, even as a infrastructure person, Linux, Windows, what's it called? PowerShell, okay, what's it called? A virtual network, calculation of IPs, subnet, a lot of peering. You get how to
Yes.
connect your external tool with Azure resources. So you need to know all that too. Those are part of the things that you need to learn, right? So you need to ask yourself, what am I going into the cloud to do? Am I going to as an administrator or a solution architect, a data engineer, or a DevOps engineer? You get.
Yes, sir.
But a DevOps engineer will always know all these things that I'm talking about. Anyways, so with regards to that, I think I'm able to give a response to what you're trying to say in terms of, are you in the right path with the what you're learning or not? Okay. So who is
Thank
that
you.
another question, or you still want to say something?
Okay, I think with what you have said, I can then with the little knowledge I've gotten, I can then focus on doing well for myself. I think I can just channel my time into getting more understanding about DevOps, like reading more, um, putting more time into DevOps than I've put into trying to understand everything about
Agile.
yes.
That's why I said if you want to start learning everything about Azure, you'll get frustrated, honestly. But
Exactly.
you need to focus it on somewhere before you start moving elsewhere. Right?
Okay.
I started as a DevOps engineer. I know all these things. If somebody now tell me that, oh, want to hire you as a data engineer, I don't know data, but I can help you create resources that are related to data resources in the cloud. I'll create it for you. I'll configure it for you. That's fine. This is because I have worked as a DevOps engineer. You get, and
Yes, sir.
I have understanding of the cloud and how it works. I've been able to provision one or two things. That's why I can help data engineers to their thing. You get.
Yes, sir.
So that's just it. It's all about determining, saying, okay, this is the part I want to go. This is the part I want to go. Okay, let me give you an example. On yesterday, that was yesterday. There was this one of the companies I'm working for. They want to hire an intern, right?
Yes.
And that intern, she never finished school. She has not at all. Is this meeting recorded? Okay, she has not she has not finished school at all, right? And she's studying philosophy. But the funniest thing is she's interested in DevOps.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, our company is structured and they can't just hire you like that. But they
Yes.
need to understand, because you're coming as an intern, fine, as long as ASU is on strike, hire you. Yeah. But the problem is, do you have passion for it? What is driving you? That's one of the questions I was asking her. What is driving you into DevOps? What are the things that you can comfortably work in? So the thing is, when someone like me, when we started IT or DevOps, we never knew that there was money inside. So I wanted to know, I wanted to try to understand her and ask her, hope it's not about the money, or hope it's not the fact that they told you that you would you won't code. You will code though. You get, so I was
Yes.
just trying to tell her that you will code though. Don't go and be thinking maybe they told you you won't code and there's a lot of money. No, you will code, fine, there's a lot of money, but you have to work before you get there. But I wanted to know her driving force. What am I sharing in essence is, people are trying to move into DevOps, and you need to know the background. You need to know what are the things that you need to be able to do to get there, right? So that's why I said, these are the things that you need to know. These are the things that you need to start with. These are the things you need to be able to understand, right? So once you understand this thing, to work with other resources, to deploy any other resources, it's going to come to you as small thing, because you already know how the cloud works.
Yes.
You are already comfortable in your field. So then anything, let me configure this thing. And I've not done this before. Everything has anything that, as far as this cloud, has documentation. You go and check the documentation, because you're comfortable in your own field. You can create that resources comfortably without even having any issues. Do you understand? So it's all about being good in your own field before trying any other thing out.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
So any other question before we move to What we have today. Okay. I thought you have a question.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I was wondering, well, this is not, I will not say it's not related, but it is kind of related. But do you have a GitHub account that someone like, I will not say, like someone can use for practicing? Because I have someone that's trying to git clone a repository and he does not have access to any repository. What do you have?
So
I'm
you have
asking.
someone that is trying to clone a repository.
Yeah, but does not have a repository to clone. So I'm asking
Okay.
you.
Okay. So I think since we don't have a big class today, I can just show you one or two things about GitHub today. I wanted to talk about web server before, but since you talked about it, let's just use Git to let's just talk about Git today. Then maybe when we have a larger class tomorrow or next week, we talk about web server, right? Is that fine?
That's fine.
All right. So let me share my screen so we'll be able to at least do something today. Can you guys see my screen?
Please, I want to ask: Is this meeting is this meeting being recorded?
Yeah, it's recorded.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, GitHub. So Git is a general language for repository, right? You use Git for GitHub, you use Git for Bit, okay. I think I have BitBookend. That's like all right, good. I mean, this one is not really authentication. Okay, so all right, so this is generally GitHub, right? The first thing you need to understand is you need to understand you need to install this guy. This is it. You need to install Git. This one helps you to install all the necessary package that you need to work with Git. You understand? So for a fresh system or for somebody that has not used Git before, you need to install Git Bash, right? You can install it here, Git. So you can install it here. That is where you install Git, download it if it's Mac. Okay, so Ali,
Yes.
yeah, you see how to install Git here. You add the repository, right?
Yep.
Where is this guy? So look at it, install Git, add repository, update, then install Git. That's just how they install Git in Linux. You get. So what do you call that RPM? It's okay. We have RPM, we have PKG. You get. You have
What did
RPM,
you
we
say
have
the other one? Period.
PKG. Can you see my
Okay.
screen?
Yeah, I
PKG.
can.
You have PKG. So I've not used all these distro of Linux before, so I don't really know them. You get.
Okay.
So yeah. So we have other ones too. Anyway, so we have Yum, we have DFN, Federa. Yeah. So we have a lot different depending on the distribution of Linux. You understand?
Okay.
All right. So this is how you install it. If it's Mac, this is Windows, this is Linux. This is how you download it. If it's Mac, you also download, or they give you a command to run. You understand? Let's assume I've installed Git. My own, if you type Git now, it's going to give you Git UI, Git CMD. I've not tried these guys before because I don't need it. So this is the only thing I use. Right? Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
All right. So let me. All right. So now this that thing that you download, that Git command, this Git file that you download, install Git, install the command for you. So for people that you need to run some command that it's not available on CMD, you then come to Git bash to install to run that command. I don't use CMD, like I've mentioned times without number, right? So now you are given a repository, or this is the first time you're joining a company. Let's assume. All right, so let's assume this is the name of the company. You guys, these are confidential information that I'm showing you guys. I better go. All right, so let's assume that this is the company, right? The repository. So they told you that, oh, this is the project you're supposed to be working on. Oh my God. Okay, this is the one I created. All right, so they told you that this is the project you're supposed to be working on, right? So, and you've created an account. So they've added you. If they add it to their company's repository, right? They would you get an email and you have to accept that email. Then I accept the button in the body of the email, right? So you accept, then you'll be able to see if it is your personal profile, you will see your name here, right? But if it's the company's profile, you'll see the name of the company here, then the repository here, right? So one thing about this thing is, you see this guy, this is where you change branch. Branch is when a lot of people are working. Like, how many of us is here now? Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of us are working on a particular application, right? This infrastructure application, right? It is not possible for everybody to just be pushing to the master branch at once. So it's good that Alim is going to create his own branch, right? Goke is going to create his own branch. Gospower is going to create his own branch. Peter is going to create his own branch, right? And I'm going to create my own branch too, so that anything I push from my local repository, my system, is going to stay in my branch, and I'm going to request for approval to merge to the master branch or to development branch, right? So this is how it works, right? Let me see. Git workflow images. This image it's too complex. So don't let me, because this image will scatter everything for you guys. All right, so this, what I'm trying to say is, let me see. I have so so all right, so if this is the master, right? This is the master. Okay. don't even let me say, don't let me say master, or let me say dev or prod, or let me say sandbox, right? So everybody, the other people, right? All right, so this is sorry, I did not drop the laptop very well. All right, so the thing is, let's see, okay, this is all right. So can you guys see it now? Can you guys see
Yes.
what I do? Okay, so this is it.
Yes, we can.
This is Goke branch, right? Future branch. You can call it anything. You can call the name of the branch. Let's say the name of the branch is his name. This is Goke. The name of this branch is Peter. The name of this branch is CY. The name of this branch is Alim. They can call it any name, right? And this is Goke's laptop, right? This is Peter's laptop. This is TY's laptop. This is Alim's laptop, right? Because they just want to start, right? They would clone this guy. They will clone this guy to their repository. So it's going to come like this. How can I do this one? So this one will go like this. Right one. This line, this one coming from here, coming from here, coming from here, coming from here, right? They can, it's only three things that can happen, right? It's either you are cloning. Did you get? So what cloning means is that this is Goke's laptop, this is Peter's laptop, this is TY's laptop, and this is Alim's laptop. This is the first time they are joining the company, right? Because this is the first time they are joining the company, or let's say Goke and Peter just joined the company, right? The first thing they will do is clone this guy to their system. Do you understand? The first thing they will do is clone this repository, clone this repository to their system. Do you guys get?
Okay, sorry to ask. When you say clone, are you saying that they're going to like create something that looks exactly like the dev or sandbox? Or like is it like an offline something that they're going
No,
to?
it's not offline. No, what
Okay.
this one is doing is bringing what is here, is bringing it, is bringing it to their system. Right?
Okay.
It's like you are downloading it to your system.
Okay.
Did you get? That's
Yes.
cloning. You now see this guy here.
Yes.
You now see TY here. TY is not TY is not it's not a new member, right?
Yes.
So probably TY must have deleted something here. Let's say TY deleted something in this app on her system or something. She deleted something on her system. One of the files that's inside this branch, right? Inside this branch, when she has cloned it, oh, you know, because she's not a first-time person. Definitely, if she was the first time, she would have cloned it. So she's not a new person. She's already working with the company. Do you get? Well, what she
I
would
do.
do, maybe something mistakenly delete, is either she what? She pull or she fetch. Do you get? So
Yes, sir.
these are the three operations that you can do from the main repo when it's coming from the upstream. You get? When it's coming from the upstream. So now, let's say all of them are
Right.
pull.
Go and drink water. Drink water.
No. They are cooking something. That's why. I'm cooking food. I don't decide like myself. All right. So do you get what I'm trying to say now? So
Yes, I do.
this Goke and Peter as already their new member, they've cloned it. So TY is an existing person. She deleted something, so she needed to fetch it. Alim also maybe he has removed something or anything. He's decided to use. Okay, Alim feels something is missing, right? In his code, right? He just said, let me fetch some what is here. Let me fetch so that I will get updated. Pull and fetch, you're just updating it, right? This guy.
Yes.
You are just updating it. Why this one? You just downloading. You get?
Yes, I do.
Now. So when if they, what I'm explaining now, what I want to start explaining now rather, right? This is just Git workflow, right? Now, because they pull from here, does not mean that they need to, they want, because this guy cloned from here, from this dev or sandbox repo, does not mean that it needs to push directly to sandbox repo. No, that's not how it works. In an agile methodology or in a sane environment, if they want to pull, right? If they want to push, maybe okay, see, oh sorry. Maybe okay, Peter, TY, and Alim. This one is working on okay, she's working on about page, right? I mean, he's working on about page. You is working on career, right? TY is working on, let's say, blog, and Alim is working on homepage, right? You know, this is the same application, right?
Yes.
This is
Yes.
one application. So now what they need to do is they can't finish they can't finish this well, the code or the what they are building at the same time. Is not possible. So what we first want to finish. So now what he would do is when book is done, he creates a branch, right, out of this guy. He creates it on his local environment. Let me use this. He creates it on his local environment. No, what's this? It's going to push. All of them are going to push. So what they are doing here, eh? I can't hear you. Pardon. All right, so they are going to push, right? So once they push,
Okay.
this guy.
Sorry, sir. This.
Okay.
Sorry, sir. This push can you also be likened to upload?
It's the same thing as upload, but you can't. The command is not upload. Oh. It's going to be push.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So now, how do you do it? So you just push to this branch. You push to this branch. You push to this branch. You push to this branch. Now from here, they now use their hand to create a PR. So this one is called PR.
Full meaning of PR, sir.
See why you know that now, but I'm going to say it. Pull
Yeah,
request.
don't leave me that again now.
Okay, wait, John. All right, so PR is pull request, right? So once you're doing a pull request, that means you're telling that, oh, I'm done with this guy. Somebody should please approve. Maybe a senior developer or anybody who's going to do the approval. Then they approve. If they see that, oh, there's a conflict, they will tell you that, okay, there's a conflict in this application code, fix it. You go back there, fix it, push here, create PR again. Go back there, push it, fix it, create PR again. Until you fix the conflict, then they would, what's it called? They will merge it. Do you understand? So that's how it is. Do you guys understand everything that I've just said?
Yes, I do understand it.
Yes, sir.
What? Tell you what. All right. So now let's go to the practical aspect of it. Do you get? So let's say this guy now want to push for the master on the norms. He's not supposed to be master. So number one is you clone this guy, right? Have I set up this thing? Let me see. Okay, let me test it first. Git clone, right? Type git clone, then you paste it. Right? It won't work. I know it won't work. Okay, let me use SSH first. Maybe that will work. Okay, it's not working. So I didn't hear you. Huh? No. Okay. Okay, now it has completed, right? I think they have relaxed their security. At some point, either you use SSH or you go create a personal personal access token. All right, so let's check what we created. So you see, infrastructure we have created, and what we cloned rather. So you see that this guy has been downloaded. Do you get? So you see that there's nothing here, right? It's just the name of my laptop. Do you understand? Now let me enter into this infrastructure now, right? See the infrastructure. Did you see that it just changed and it told me that I'm a master? Did you guys see the difference? So I'm in a Git environment. Do you guys see that?
Yes, we can see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now. So I said from this stuff, you can't be working directly in master, right? Or in dev or sandbox, right? So this is it. Let us list everything that is here. You see this guy? This is everything that we have. This is everything that we have, right? So now I want to leave this master so that because I can't push directly there, right? So what I'll do is I'll create my own branch, right? You guys should see all the command that I'm running on. So I'll create my own branch. So I'll create my own branch and I'll write git clone. Sorry. Git checkout hyphen branch. Let me name it demo, right? Look at what will happen now. Did you see that it has changed to demo?
Yes.
All right, good. So that means I'm
Yes.
in demo. So you see that everything here is also in demo. Can you guys see? Now,
Yes.
so what will you do? But you notice that you've already created a demo branch, right? But when you check here, you don't have demo branch here yet. Do you see? You don't have demo branch yet. This is because you have not pushed what you have worked on in this demo branch, right? Do you understand? Let's say we've edited something. Oh, let me see. All right, so the simple way to open VS Code, maybe if you have VS Code on your on your system, and you are mom see, and you have VS Code on your system, and you want to open this guy in Facebook, just type code space dot. It's going to open VS Code, right? So now let's do this. Let me see this script. That okay, you know I can it. Right, let me see environment. So okay. You see this guy. So let's say I've edited what I want to edit, right? So let me see. The first thing you need to know to check if maybe you've committed what you want to save or it is ready to be pushed is first thing you need to do is what? Do git status. You want to know the status of the application. You see, it's saying that this guy that I edited, though, I have not committed it, right? So how can I commit it? So the one thing is, if you want to, if you have a lot of what's it called, a lot of files that you have edited. You know, there's only one that I edited here. In most cases, if you're working with a lot of application and infrastructure, you edit a lot of files, right? You just write git add, then dot. Dot means everything, right? Or dot means here. Sorry, I don't mean everything. Dot means here. That means every file that I have added in this folder structure, in this demo, right? Add it. Just click on add. It doesn't show anything. Now, the second command you need to run is git commit, right? -m, right? So when you do git commit -m, you now do -m is the name of the message, right? Let me show you. So look at this guy. Look at, it says, I am the one that committed. My name is Ola. What's the commit name? Let's say initial infrastructure commit, right? So this one, you can just say, maybe you are done with provider. Or maybe you want to what? If it's, who is this guy person? Let's say if it's Peter now, you can say done with the career page. Anything that you know you've done in the application code at that moment, you can put it as the name here. Look at it, it is double column, not one. Double apostrophe. Yes, double column, apostrophe. Okay, you shall understand what I'm trying to say. Seriously, this one. So you just press enter, right? So this guy is telling me who am I, right? Because I've not edited the global. So this is easily for people that just set up their system. Do you understand? So this is what you will do. You run this guy. Oh, sorry, I need to. Paste it. So you just do this. Put your email here. Right? You put your email, press enter. This is for people that just set up their system. You can say, yeah, I will say online because it's a company's store. So I need to put my phone in so that they will know that I'm the one that is pushing something in their environment. Right? So go back and run that git commit provider. Commit provider. You see, it said one file change, one insertion. Right. This means that this is already in your local environment. at any point in time, you can push it, right? You can say, okay, let me see all the things that have changed. You can do git log. You see, I did initial commits, right? Auto, when, look at the hashtag here. Did you see? So look at this guy too. The first one that I did, Ola, initial comments. That means all the comments that has been done in this repository, you will see it here. Do you get? So now we have done everything. We've added it. We've committed it. So what do you need to do now? You need to do. The first thing you need to check is what? The name of the origin. You can do git remote -v. The first thing you need to do is check fetch and push, right? That means you fetch from this guy. When you want to push, so it's going to go to this guy, right? So the first thing you need to do is do git push. What's the name here? You see this guy is origin. So you put git push origin. What's the name of your branch? Say demo. We are going to get an error because demo is not in your repository here, right? Demo is not here. So we are going to get an error. So it will tell us to do something. Sorry, it was supposed to tell us to add demo to the upstream, but it did not tell us. That's fine by me. I'm okay with that. Look at it. It says here, push the demo, create a pull request on demo, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So now, did you see that immediately like you create push, look at it, it disappears here, right? That means I've created my demo, well, what's it called? Demo branch. You now see compare and pull request. That means you want to create pull request to master. See? You see the arrow. Make sure you check the arrow very well. That means you are saying from demo to master. That means you're saying from demo to master. You see? Then you create your pull request. That's all. A reviewer, you can assign a reviewer here, add a reviewer. Maybe your supervisor or your technical is supposed to add the supervisor here so that the person will approve it. So you get. So that's basically the simple git command. There are still many commands that we need to work with, but that is the basic simple command that you can use to work with. Also, another thing we could do is let me go back here. Let me see demo. So we have demo, right? Let me see. Let me git ignore. Okay, let me add something here. Let me add to add dots. So .terraform file, right? Commit directly to branch, yes. So I've added .terraform file. Do you know that now that you know, I changed something from the upstream. That means that if I want to push to this guy, it's going to tell me that there's a conflict, right? Let me see. This is in my former hand now. So now I'm saving it again. I made any change in my local repository and I'm saving it again. Let me do git add, right? Git commit -m, right? The message. Let's say added new name dev, right? So you committed, right? You now do git push origin demo, right? So did you see? failed to push some reference to it was rejected. Did you get? So now it was rejected because you changed something in the upstream and you want to push something from the downstream. You get? It doesn't work like that. So the best place to do that is just you fetch what is there, then merge it. You now do git, because that one is updated. Your local repository is not updated, right? So you need to do git pull, right? Git pull origin demo. So it's going to tell you the name of the merge commit, do this, blah, 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 blah. You read what it inserts. Um, approve merge. Right? Did you see that it has moved? Now create what's it called? Now push origin demo. Did you see that it has pushed? Right? Did you see? So that's how you make sure anytime you've pushed something, maybe it was after 2 days that you now created it, you need to pull back. You need to pull, or let's say you worked on this code on Monday. It was after 2 days that you now started working on it again. You need to pull it first before you start working, or else a lot of things that you've worked on would just, maybe you now spend 2 hours working on another thing, blah, 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 blah. You now want to push it. You won't be able to push it because the upstream, maybe somebody has already pushed something there, right? You need to be able to be sure that you are working with the latest update on your system before you start working on a new feature. Do you understand? So that's just the explanation we have for with this. This is just the basic git command and working with git. Basic to the basic, and mostly this is what you need the most. Like I know a lot of developers. I've worked with this guy, one of the senior developer in one of the projects I worked on. And to be honest, those guys don't use command, all this command. They just use the UI. The UI here. Oh yeah, commit. Oh yeah, push. Oh yeah, this UI, you just start using it themselves. You get, but you don't get to understand it. You don't get to troubleshoot it if you don't use the command line. Okay, so does anybody have any questions, please? Gospel, ask your question.
Okay, I can't really remember my question right now. So when I do, I would ask.
All right, so does anybody else have any question? Because me, I'm done for working with Git. See why? Am I able to answer your question?
Yes, you were able to answer the question, but can't we get a repository we can work with, or do we necessarily need to just create for ourselves? That's the
Sorry, I didn't
question.
get that.
Can we just get a sample repository we can work with? That's my major
You
question.
can get any repository that is public, any repository that is publicly available, right?
Yeah.
I'm using that one because it's any repository that is publicly available, you can pull it without authentication, but you need to use the authentication first. Let me see. Azure repo are always Azure repo. I don't find anything. Azure infrastructure. So, so you see Azure PowerShell. Let's come here. Look at this guy now. We have a lot of PowerShell for Azure PowerShell, a lot of things. This is an example of a Git repo. You just come here, copy it, then clone it. That's all. That's one of the public repository that maybe you're asking for, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Abi, is that
I
right?
was asking for. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So you just need. Hope I was sharing my screenshot.
You are still
Yeah,
sharing
yeah.
your.
All right, so yes, so that's just how you look for any repository. Yeah, I think you remember that time we were working on one project like that. Was it not last year or so? The repository was public for you to work on, right? So
Yes.
yeah, you remember. So it was just cloning, work on what you want to work on, then you can
Sure.
decide to delete it and care about. Yeah. But now look one of the things about GitHub is, let me see what I can work with here. Terraform. I like Terraform. So what's this Terraform doing? Source code for Azure Market, Terraform development, VM package. What's it do? I don't want this. Let me see this guy. So I want this. This guy must be doing something. What's this guy doing? Azure PowerShell, installation. I really don't know what this guy is doing. Yeah, except that I look for. IP address. No, JavaScript. I don't know. Let me just use anyone. Let me just use anyone. Let me just use anyone. So we have another thing. I did an interview recently, and the it's so funny how they asked me that question because I felt insulted. Said, "What's the definition of fuck?" Well, see, this is what I meant. This is what I meant to this guy. That what does fuck do? I was like, I don't. In my mind, I was like, what kind of question is that? But so this is it. So what it does is, so you can just say create form, right? You can just click on it. Form. You know, in this guy is coming from Azure environment. Let me come back. You know, it is an Azure repository, right? So if you fork it, that means it's going to come to your own repository. You don't need to go and be looking for it again. You now see what is it doing? It's copying. Look at this guy here. It's copying from the main branch, right? So if you copy, just click it. You can say fork it. No, you understand what I'm trying to say. FORK, you get. So this is it. So look at now, everything is under my repository. But you see this guy, it's been forked from Azure DevOps. So if they make any change, it's going to be coming here. It's going to be coming here too. It's going to be coming here too. Do you guys understand? So if they make any changes to Azure DevOps, I'm going to see it in my repo too. Do you guys get? So that's just one thing. So the guy was asking me what's the difference between this guy, fork, and clone. Like clone care. Clone that is just to download that repository. Fork is just to have a copy of a repository from another person's profile to your own profile. Right? So that's just it. Do you get? Probably tomorrow we'll talk about all these examples, all these settings and everything. Right? So does anybody has any questions, please? My neck is very big.
Oh, okay, yeah, please. I just remember the question. So the question I want to ask is because you've been talking about repository and then you are trying to write codes and some other things. Now, what I want to ask is for somebody that is coming up, like now that we are into trying to get in understand how this works. Um, what is a repository? Like, what does it do? Like, how do we even know like the codes to write? Like how to like because I just have so many
Okay,
questions.
okay,
But
okay. I understand what you're trying to say. All right, and I apologize that I just believe everybody would know what repository is. So that was why I just went into the commands direct. So repository is just, let me go to do that. So repo is just a place where you are storing information. Do you have Google Cloud now? I mean, so sorry, Google account now. You have Google Drive, right? Because
yes,
power.
I do.
So now, you're saving your pictures in Google Photos, Google Drive. That's the same thing as this repository, right? Oh, where is your maybe where are you maybe somebody's asking you, where did you save your all your pictures that you snapped last week? Just say, it's in my Google repo. That means it is in your Google Drive or it is in your Google Photos. Do you understand? So repo is just
Yes, I
where
do.
you are saving your particular application, a particular code. Like I was showing you the other time. This is a repo. Okay, this is a repo. This let me duplicate this guy. Yes. Huh? Yes, please. All right, so this is a repo. Let me open this guy. Let me now open this guy. All right, so this is these 3 tabs, they are repo, right? Let me open this guy. This was the one I worked on, right? To show you the demo and everything. So this is the infrastructure, right? That means this infrastructure is written in, look at it, HCL. Look at the language here, HCL, 100%. That means it's written in Terraform. Do you understand? So you can save anything here. Even if this, okay, let me not talk about it here. I'll talk about it in the other tab. All right, so that means everything that is here is just Terraform. Do you understand? So the second tab, this one is Golang. This is the Go application, a backend application, right? Look at it. Even the structure itself, you already know. If you see go.sum, these are things that you get familiar with, right? So I don't want to do information about that, but I'm just trying to explain something. Look at if you see go.sum or main.go, that means this is a Go application. You see language, Go, 96%. Shell, that means maybe PowerShell or Bash script, 3%. Dockerfile is 0.00 because of this guy. Dockerfile that is here. Do you get? And this third one is React application. Look at it. Language, React, 95%. HTML, 3.8. CSS, 0.96. Do you get? So you can save any form of application, either front end, back end, and infrastructure code, right? Me, I just use example of this infrastructure code because I was the one that wrote it for that company, right? So if I make any changes, now I'm the one that make that changes, so I know how to correct it or anything. But I can't put people's code like this guy. This profit. I'm not supposed to be showing you guys this thing. Oh, what I'm trying to, you get what I'm trying to. Can you stop the recording, please? So what I'm trying to say is, these guys, you can save any form of stuff easy, even if this front-end application, right? This front-end application, this JavaScript, it has images in it, right? But you will see it there too. It's part of the image of the application. The image is part of the application. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's just where you save a lot of things and you can access it at any point in time. As far as you can authenticate. I'm able to, did I explain your question? Because Gospel has gone. All right, does any other person have a question, please?
Good evening. I have one question, please. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, but not really. But I can hear you, but I know you're saying something, but the voice is not clear.
Okay. Let me use my phone. Just 1 minute, please.
Sorry, can anyone hear him? Because I can't do.
Interrupting conversation.
Peter, are you asking a question or what?
Speaking, some stuff are interrupting is
Peter, can you work with Git before?
sir.
Have you been able to work with Git before?
Not really, sir.
Yeah?
Not really, sir.
Okay. All right, Jerry, are you asking? Yes. Does anybody have any other question, please?
Just a clarification on that fork. So for fork, if you copy a repo, another person's repo, and the person makes changes, it directly changes on your own repo too, right?
if after you fork the repo, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Because
can
you're
you hear me
copying
now?
from a particular branch. Yes, please, Jerry.
Okay, you mentioned something about pull request and
Yeah.
push. So you said if we work on something and maybe after 3 hours we need to check again. Maybe somebody has pushed something on it. So how do we check that so that we would not
You
miss
need
any?
to you need to fetch first.
Okay,
So
can you
that's what
please
I said. Said what?
can you please show me again so that I can see it? I'm not so clear
Okay.
on.
So you just run. So this is it. You just run pull. You can use fetch or you can use pull, right? Depends on your mood or depends on what you want to do, right? So you just do git pull from where you are pulling from, right? You can okay, let's do git fetch. This time I've used pull, fetch origin, demo. It's going to tell me it's up to date already. Did you see? Um, so I've already fetched it, right? But if I say git pull origin demo, it tell me it's already up to date. Do you get?
I do. Thank you.
Uh-huh. So any other question? What is this? What is Sublime text for? It's the same thing as VS Code. You get? Sublime is the same thing. When I started coding, maybe what's it called? Java, PHP then and JavaScript, I was using Sublime. I thought I was a superstar, not until I started using VS Code. You get? So Sublime is just the same thing as VS Code. You get? Abayomi, what code? This VS Code. This guy. Okay, so okay. Okay. Okay, it's an editor, right? It's just like you have notepad. You can use your notepad too to write code, though, but it's not always sweet when you write code. And there is notepad plus plus. There's notepad plus plus. There's notepad plus plus too. So you can use that one too. And you can use VS Code or Sublime. So you get templates and parameters. I don't know the context at which you're asking. Template is the one I know is maybe you want to build a website, right? Let's say you want to build a website. You now go and download a template online, right? Maybe a blog. You just go and download a template online, download it, now edit it, tweak it to your context or to your preference or parameter. I don't know the context at which you're asking the parameter. Parameter can be anything that is holding a value in a code. Wahala don dey ground. Guys, I need to join a production meeting now. Where did I show you? Did I show anything that is related to template? All right, so I'm going to look into what you're asking because I don't know what you're asking. So I'm going to, from the link you access to register. The GitHub, which link? I don't know. I can't remember the class. So. Okay. What's the code? What's the name? What's the name? Code Cloud. I'll have to look into that and reply you later, guys. I have a production issue that they already messaging me to attend. Developers is just managing us, which is actually making me. All right, guys. Sorry, I have to attend the production meeting, right? So we'll meet tomorrow, fully, right? Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Thank you.